ladies and gentlemen, three three-minute rounds in the lightweight division, brought to you by US Freedom Fighter brand clothing. Introducing first, the fighter on my right, fighting out of the red corner. He fights for absolute martial arts, fighting out of Greer, South Carolina. His record, 4 wins, only 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Chris, the franchise Teague. And now his opponent, fighting across the cage and fighting out of the blue corner. Fighting for Upstate Karate, Pitch Black MMA, Simpsonville, South Carolina. His record, 3 wins, 2 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Martino.
Now, like I said, Nick Martino, his 2 losses have also been by very closely contested decisions.
Notice the pitch black on the side of the shorts of Nicholas Martino. That's a very renowned camp here in the upstate. In fact, I noticed Stephen the Wonder Boy Thompson and his brother Tony sitting to my left. He is a sparring partner, training partner of Nicholas Martino.
When you got Ray Thompson there in the corner, and that guy's been around for many years. He's a legend.
The Thompson family renowned for their martial arts ability here in the upstate.
Oh, wow, look at that, running the pipe. It's Chris Teague.
Martino very active on the ground, looking to get a sweep. And Chris Teague passes to side mount. No,
that's it. Yeah, yes, pretty much.
He can pull that leg out. Yeah. Good job recovering half guard for Nicholas Martino and back to guard.
And I will say this, of course, Nicholas Martino, the camp of Upstate Karate, those guys are known for their striking prowess. You mentioned Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. So Chris Teague, he's got the best strategy out there, man. You can tell by those beautiful ears. He's a wrestler. He wants it on the ground, and he's already gotten it. So props to him so far in this fight.
Nicholas Martino looking to set up a high rubber guard and looking for an arm. He may have it.
There we go.
He might have it.
There we go. This could be bad. Slam.
Spike.
That was right on the head.
Spike on the head. Chris Teague out of a tight armbar situation. And what an exciting start to this fight. The jiu-jitsu of Nicholas Martino really neutralizing the top game, or to some extent, of Chris Teague.
Absolutely. He's really going for it, too. You can tell. You can see his feet on the hips there, shifting those hips back and forth, using that jiu-jitsu.
But you made a great point. Chris Teague probably deciding that he wanted nothing to do with the stand-up prowess of a pitch-black striker.
Well, as the fight progresses, especially in the second and the third, it seems to be more and more difficult to get those takedowns. And if he uses too much energy and can't get the job done, what kind of damage can Nicholas Martino do later in the fight? And there's another armbar attack. This time, Martino bails. Beautiful kick there.
Chris Teague showing great strength, powering out of 2 armbars in a row. And, when you've got a guy like, or anybody that knows how to lock in an armbar wrapped up on your body, just picking them up off the ground and slamming them is not as easy as it may look.
Not at all, and that takes gas out of the tank, my friend. It is very, very hard to go at a certain pace, and when you start to slow down, some of these guys are so refined, it can be, very hard. Look at this omoplata position.
Got the seatbelt around Chris Teague to try to stop him from flipping over. This omoplata looks good.
Well, omoplata is a very difficult move to finish, but you've got to watch out for that transition to the triangle choke. Here we go, and a beautiful reversal by Nicholas Martino.
Great jiu-jitsu from the Upstate Karate fighter, Nicholas Martino, now off his back and on a top control of Chris Teague, who for the first time now is underneath Nicholas Martino.
And he continues to fight. Look at this. I thought perhaps it was a guillotine choke. It looks like a little more Eddie Bravo action going on here.
Perhaps trying to crank that arm back from a Kimura.
The round ends. How do you call it? How do you call it? A couple of submission attacks? I tend to call it for Chris Teague because he did get the takedowns. He did control the top, but props to Nicholas Martino for his efforts from bottom.
Nicholas Martino never appeared to be in much danger. He ate a couple of shots, but I wouldn't say that he was being dominated on the ground. But you're right, when you have to score a fight, sometimes you look at who got the takedown, who spent more time on top, who spent more time on bottom. And as we saw earlier, sometimes judges see the different thing depending on what side of the cage you're sitting on.
Well, I think that the omoplata attack by Nicholas Martino was very beautiful. It was nice, but again, it is not a high percentage submission. It's not like a triangle choke or a Kimura lock or an armbar. This is a move that's typically transitional, so it is beautiful to watch, although I don't think it scores as highly as the takedowns of Chris Teague.
Nicholas Martino locking up the omoplata, doing a good job of reaching his arm over to the back of Chris Teague to stop him from rolling forward out of it, which is the traditional way to escape it. You know, something else I think you can say for whether or not you finish a fight strong. While Nicholas Martino spent the first half of the fight on his back, you know, dodging shots and stuff, he spent the finish of it in the dominant position. How much does that matter to George's judge's scorecard?
Again, I don't know if it's necessarily as dominant because it was in the crouching position. He could get on the back for a little bit. I think that, though, like you say, the last impression that you leave on the judges means a whole lot.
Chris Teague going right for the clinch.
Oh, wow. Just controlling that with those underhooks and controlling there from the top. And I'll say this, he's in a much better position in half guard there, and he may not even want to pass. He may want to hold there because it's very hard to stand up from the half guard position.
Randy Couture showed a lot of mixed martial artists a way to win fights from half guard. Not necessarily pretty, but effective.
Well, just as we say, they've got Nicholas Martino regaining guard control and then wrapping up Chris Teague into that rubber guard.
Now into a crackhead control, I think, that Eddie Bravo calls it. I don't want to try to, I'll probably get him wrong if I go through all his names.
I don't know all the terminology, but yet it's still very impressive.
That's when you start with a rubber guard, now move into crackhead control, and it's tough to be mobile at all when someone's got you in that level of, when that type of guard.
Well, here we go. Chris Teague firing off a little bit inside the guard of Nicholas Martino.
And as much as Nicholas Martino is showing resiliency and a dynamic ground game here, he's going to have to figure out a way to get up off his back and either reverse the position or turn this into a stand-up fight.
Yeah, he's going to have to get a little bit. Here he is, trying to wrap up that arm. He gets a sweep out of it. But again, Chris Teague right back to his base.
Strong. A lot of strength on display from Chris Teague, who really right there was swept, but used great hips and leg strength to power back up.
This guy's like a cat, you know. Every time he goes to his back, he's sprawled out, right back up to his base. That's a testament to his skill. But look at this, again. And slams Nicholas Martino for the third time tonight. And for the second time tonight, Nicholas Martino lands a beautiful up kick.
We talk about unorthodox striking styles. Although the pitch black guys have established their Kippo karate style of striking, it's still tough to deal with the hands down, lead leg out. They oftentimes use their lead leg almost as a jab to gauge distance between their opponent. They're so effective. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson being a great example of that at the highest level in the UFC.
And Stephen can knock your head clean off with one of those shots too. He is actually very good. It's actually a power shot and not so much of a lead, but you're right. For most people, that lead shot is more of a setup.
Nicholas Martino having no chance to display some of these striking skills that he's known for. Chris Teague doing an excellent job of imposing his will and keeping this fight where he wants it.
And I'll say this fight is displaying technique that that pro bouts in many organizations you won't see. You know, these guys are very talented, very diverse styles from one another.
Nicholas Martino in crackhead control again. You know, Eddie Bravo in his very unique form of jiu-jitsu oftentimes seems to lean towards a leg lock, a twister. And that seems to be his kind of go-to end-all move. And it's so effective. You rarely see it in mixed martial arts, but you rarely see someone employing the rubber guard the way that Nicholas Martino is doing right now. He's going through that Eddie Bravo system. I know someone in Cuba is renowned for his jiu-jitsu ability. How do you think someone makes that work? I mean, is it effective in martial arts, or is it more effective in jiu-jitsu?
I think it's undoubtedly effective in the mixed martial arts world. If you see how you can use it, if you learn to utilize it under the terms of mixed martial arts. For this particular bout, I think it's going to be more and more difficult for him as the fight goes on because you get more sweaty, under these hot lights. And, Chris Teague, as long as you're, staying tight and you hold your position, you're not in that much danger. It is really Nicholas Martino's responsibility to get out and get on top if he wants to win.
Especially now here in the third round, where you could probably make a pretty strong argument that Chris Teague has taken 1 and 2. Maybe the first round was up for grabs.
The first one is up for grabs.
First round up for grabs, second one. But then again, it's tough to say here as commentators.
Oh, big right hand there by Chris Teague. And again, he gets that single leg beautiful trip. And Chris Teague delivering some beautiful ground and pound from the top. I'll say this, though, as difficult as it is to employ those submissions from bottom, Chris Teague needs to watch it, even in the third round, because Nicholas Martino is going to be going for broke. And here we go. It's a crazy position here. Upside down guard. Oh, those are big shots. Those are big shots by Chris Teague.
Wow.
More and more. Look at this. Relentless is Chris Teague with those hammer fists.
Swarming his opponent. Chris Teague starting to leave a swell on the left eye of Nicholas Martino. Those hammer fists starting to take their toll. And Nicholas Martino is in a position where he's going to have to come up with a game plan change pretty quick with only a few minutes left to go in the fight.
Well, Chris Teague is also not holding back. You know, I'm certain that his corner is telling him, we don't know who's ahead. You've got to take this. You've got to stop this guy. And he's come out with fire in his fists. It looks like Martino really going to go right back to that omoplata position.
Going for a gogoplata now, perhaps. Yeah. Oh, pulling his head out. That's a low percentage move right there. But it has happened before. Nick Diaz, Takanori Gomi coming to mind. One of the more famous gogoplata finishes.
That was an unprecedented finish.
That's right. And a heck of a top too. Speaking of that,
look at that. Look at that cut under the eye of Nicholas Martino. That's pretty sick.
Those can happen. Those can happen from some of those slicing hammer fists. Even the side of the glove sometimes can form that cut when you slice it with a hammer fist.
Of course, for the amateur rounds, it's 3 3s. You don't have a whole lot of time to get the action. It's not like the pro rounds of 3 5s. So, you know, you got to get in here and get your work done in a hurry, or you risk losing the decision.
Not sure what Blake Bryce saw in there. Instead of brief pause in the action, but we're right back to it. And that left eye of Nicholas Martino
continues to swell, but we may have the start of a triangle choke here by Nicholas Martino.
Got his left arm trapped with Chris Teague, and now Chris Teague has one arm, and now got it out.
Nice shots again by Chris Teague. Nicholas Martino, he's got to go for broke here. Those are beautiful punches straight down again by Chris Teague.
Chris Teague, relentless. We got 3 rounds of mixed martial arts action.
What a night this has already been. So much action, and it continues to escalate here.
What great competitors USFFC has put together for the night's fights. Live here at the Teague Convention Center in Greenville, South Carolina.
Oh my goodness, look at that left eye.
I think that the referee Blake Bryce is going to have Dr. John Lucas come in and take a look at it.
I believe I heard him say something about an elbow. I'll say that. It's a break from Nicholas Martino. He is the striker. He has a chance now. Is he going to take advantage of it?
We have just a few seconds left in the fourth quarter of this game.
Stephen Thompson-esque kicks right there.
Punches and kicks landing from Nicholas Martino and right back down.
A beautiful finish by Chris Teague. I give it to Chris Teague. I'm going to say 29-20. I know I gave the first round to Chris Teague, but you know it could have gone either way. It was a much more competitive fight than that, but I think Chris Teague stole the show.
You know, wrestling can be such a dominant martial art if employed effectively, and it's such a controlling and neutralizing style of mixed martial arts. And when you have a dynamic, dangerous striker / jiu-jitsu competitor like Nicholas Martino, sometimes the best thing to do is just what Chris Teague did: get him down, take away the ability for him to throw some of these crazy kicks, and really have a tight and principled top game so he doesn't get thrown off guard by some unorthodox submissions that he Bravo style jiu-jitsu.
Yes, because you got Chris Grover and Cody Frillin over there in the corner. Chris Teague, Cody Frillin, of course, a coach for many years there at this flag. So it was interesting to see this matchup and these guys go head to head.
That's right. Cody Frillin, the striking trainer for one Sarah McMahon in the UFC's women's division.
Now, Sarah McMahon is a lady that Ronda Rousey is willing to shake hands with. I'll tell you that. Class. 100% class is Sarah McMahon.
You know, even someone as intense as Ronda Rousey is going to like Sarah McMahon. That's just how likable Sarah is. As a human being, if you had a chance to meet her, there's no way, even someone like Ronda can't get over Sarah. Which
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we read our decision, a little noise for both fighters. Going all 3 rounds for you. We go to the scorecards. The judges scored this fight 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision from the right corner, Chris, the franchise Teague.
The franchise takes it home tonight. What a fight. We called it the same